My name is Raspa, I ain't got lots and I coming in hot at your granny butt pop. Culture, music, food and news from a real Bajan point of view.
Shine no lie like a spice don't ban, I rascal horse.
Girl, you doing the most.
Fashion, taste, style and grace.
Yeah, she got enough thought and that will face. I hope you like the guests we bring.
If you don't, soup you taint.
Hey, 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 hey. Alright, cut that. Let me start.
Good night, and welcome to another excellent episode of IDGAR. My name is Chasey the Entertainer. I am your DJ for tonight. Before I throw it over to your host, let's take in some music and kick a little scene. Hold on.
Life are the greatest thing that me no left, my God. Can't trick me and kill me. No way, you must see mad. Life are the greatest thing that me no left, my God. What should you tell when you are buying you? Be more careful, though you can find dinner. I know anybody pour my drink, I know anybody buy my dinner. So hard for just your enemy, hard for just your friend, just your friend. Me nah lie, me love me family, but me not just you all of them. All of them, my town. But that's how me feel. Big up and rule, cause up a sunny kneel. All of me long time brother from Teachfield. Long time petro them a whole heap on the battlefield. Some of them are filled with grudge. My dogs are the realest dogs. And my heart clean, filled with love. And me medication sharp like studs. Remember when me the poor daddy. I know me never no mother feel proud of me. But after that, me sleep hungry. I must see pride that cover me. Me never forget the board house. The one bed with four of me. Them things that made me sing song. Hard life too cold, daddy. Me tell you the pressures in life made me stronger. He made me grow with hunger. Remember me grow.
And right about now, IDGAR family, it's time to give it up for your host, DJ Ras.
Yes, please. Good night to you. Welcome to IDGAR, intelligent, daring, genuine, and real. Shoutouts to our DJ for the night, Chasey the Entertainer. I was right here rocking and singing along, let me tell you, people. But we are here. CBC's new late-night steamy TV show featuring my thoughts, of course, unfiltered and direct. Of course, tonight we have some performances. We have your relationship advice and so much more. Now, remember, you can follow us on all platforms, IDGAR Show. That's Twitter, that's Facebook, that's Instagram, and then the YouTube page, IDGAR Show. Like and subscribe to our YouTube page. Now, we got lots to talk about tonight, so we're going to get right into it with your hot topics.
Hot topics, hot topics, hot topics.
That's right, and tonight on your Hot Topics, we begin it on a very somber and sad note. There was a tragic and fatal shooting in the Rose Hill area of St. Peter, where acting Station Sergeant Newton Lewis was shot and killed dead. He's also the assigned driver to the Commissioner of Police, so we're going to get more into that as we go further into the Hot Topics later. Also in your Hot Topics tonight, BTMI, they are under some fire. It seems like some copy and pasting is going on. $750,000 up in the air. Or was it in the air? Was it in the ground? Is it wasted? Was it trash? We're going to talk some more about that as well. And also, the stand-home party, it was a wicked party, all white. And lots of people had some faith, people. So we're going to be talking about Faith Calendar's performance and her shining bright at that party. So we're going to take a break, and when we return, we get right into the Hot Topics with my co-host, Shanna Hines.
Drinks up, bubble up in the ice, pretty cooler. It's summer, straight shot, double up, we don't need no chaser. It's summer, drinks up, bubble up in the ice, pretty cooler. It's summer, straight shot, double up, we don't need no chaser. It's summer, it's a mood, everything blessed, yeah, everything cool. Give me that slow wine till the boat move, bust a dance, feel the groove. It's a mood, I love it like an island, like the beach and the sea, every tree, every waterfall. That the dogs then pull up, and it's always gonna be like this, like this, like this, like this. So much to be grateful for. It's the little things we adore. So we give thanks more and more when the blessings then start to pour. 'Cause we got life, summer nights, every night like a night. Blink twice, sunrise in my eye. Don't worry, I outside. Drinks up,
Summer. Man, I wish I could sing like Faith. But right now we are back with IDGAR, and it's time for our hot topics. And it's time for my co-host to land. Welcome, Sean, on the show.
Hi, Ras.
I realize you're making it a habit of with these bright colors. Last week we had you in pink. Now this week we have you in yellow.
I always shine bright like a diamond. What can you do? What you gonna do about it, Ras? What are you gonna do about it?
Why do you keep calling my name like that?
Like what?
Ras.
Maybe that's how you say it.
That's not how I say it.
Yeah, Ras.
Anyhow, we are into our hot topics for tonight, and we are starting on a somber note. I'm going to read the police report as it was reported in the news. After 9 p.m. on Saturday night, which had been the 22nd of May, an officer was at his home in St. Peter when he was alerted by a shop owner about a robbery at the shop owner's establishment. The officer, with the assistance of one other person, responded. Whilst en route to the scene, he ran into the said assailants or robbers. Shots were heard, and 46-year-old acting Station Sergeant Newton Lewis, also the assigned driver to the Commissioner of Police, was pronounced dead at the scene. Reportedly, 3 armed men were involved, and they took his service weapon from the scene. What do you think about this whole scenario? I mean, it sounds like unbelievable.
Yeah, it sounds like a movie.
Yeah.
Like Taken 6 or something.
Yeah, I mean, it was during the stand home party on Saturday night actually that the news actually reached us, and you know, I mean, middle of the party, you're getting that somber news, you know, it kind of like changed your vibe, and we actually had to make a statement about it during the party because I felt like it had to be said, you know, and I don't know, like, are robberies really at that level where you have to kill someone?
I don't think so. So they say that they was robbing a shopkeeper, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, something about it just seems very far-fetched to me. Why are you gonna go to rob a shop with 3 guns, with 3 weapons?
Right.
You know that shopkeeper don't got no weapons or nothing like that.
Right.
If you had just walked in and said, yo, I would like some money, he probably would just give you all the money anyway.
Right.
So it just seems so strange. Either it's just for like clout or for the look of it, like they feel that them is bad boys or whatever, or it's more to the story. It's always more to the story in Barbados.
Yeah, and then why even kill the officer? I mean,
There's no need to kill anyone, but I feel like when you have a gun in your hand, it probably triggers, no pun intended, something, and it's like you have to use it, or if you just like trigger happy, like you just burn in to use it. So any possibility that you get, even with like police officers when they kill people and stuff like that, I think that is just something that happens when people have guns that just causes something in their brain to go shoot.
right.
So I think that a lot of gun violence could be solved by just getting rid of the guns.
And I mean, I would love us to come on the show at Thursday night and not have a murder to speak about in
You
Barbados.
know what I mean? Why is this always a hot topic? We need new hot topics.
Yeah, we don't want to hear no more gun violence. We don't want nobody else getting shot, so people just put down the
relax
guns,
yourself.
get rid of the guns, just
Yeah.
start killing one another,
Yeah.
start killing people.
Yeah, you don't want to die. So just don't kill the other person. There's other ways to resolve issues, people.
Right, and also in our hot topics tonight, the BTMI, they are under some fire, boy. They are getting some lashes. Little Island, Big Barbados. Somebody said Little Island, copy and paste. What do you say now?
Little Island, big taxes.
Big taxes. I mean, the BTMI apparently have spent $750 Barbados dollars on this new campaign to relaunch tourism in Barbados. And as soon as the campaign launched, everyone was able to identify that this slogan was used by other islands.
Yes. Yes, and I feel like it's kind of obvious that Little Island something would have been used already.
Right.
How didn't you look into that, like do your due diligence to make sure that it wasn't something that was already... A simple Google search
Right.
you would just type Little Island, comma, and it would have come up.
But I think what happened is the company that we paid to do this campaign, I think they did a Google search, and the first thing that came up, they sold it to Barbados.
Yeah,
I
probably.
think that's the only Google search that actually happened.
Probably. And look, foolish, we went and buy it anyway.
And I saw a person say $750,000 for a slogan. I mean, the money is not just for the slogan.
No, it's for the whole campaign. And to be honest, the fact that our target audience is the UK, US, and Canada, and
Right.
so on, that's actually a very inexpensive campaign for $375,000 US.
Right.
Because, well, I work in advertising. I used to work in advertising in London.
Right.
And there are some pieces of advertising that could cost you $250K alone. One thing, one day, that's you.
Crazy.
So it's not that bad. I assume
As
they
an overall-
spread it.
as
Yeah,
an
they
overall
spread it
price.
over the whole campaign. But the name,
Yeah.
the slogan is bad. The slogan is bad.
But I know they had to know that other person had used the slogan. They tell said, man, we's Barbados. We can do it how Bajans do it.
Even out of all of these slogans that I saw, like Jamaica and things like that,
Right.
that was still the worst one. Little Island, Big Bar. That don't make no sense. That don't mean nothing to me as a tourist. Little Island, Big Barbados means nothing to me.
But I think the line that they were trying to go is, we are small in square miles, but we are big in character and big in personality, and we have a lot to offer. I believe that's the angle they were coming
We might think so, but somebody from Czechoslovakia don't know nothing about Barbados, never heard about Barbados,
Right.
only knows Rihanna. That means nothing to them. I could have come up with a slogan for you guys for $20K and a staycation at the Crane. Keep that in mind. If you got any more budget left, come to me.
Well,
you want to get in this?
we hope the Minister of Tourism, let's say, it is Lisa Cummings, and she defended the slogan, so she is standing by that slogan. So no matter what you shall no line have to say, Lisa is saying, we are Little Island, Big Barbados, and that is that.
Okay, I got a slogan for you though.
What's that?
Always summer.
Always summer.
Always summer.
Faith calendar, man. Star Home Party just concluded last Saturday night. All white. Now let me get into this. Is Faith ready for the stardom now? She had a huge platform with Star Home Party. I mean, she's been on big platforms before with Party Monarch and so on. Soko Royale, I believe they call it. She's been on big stages before. She's done her thing. Is this finally the step to take her straight to the top? Can we now export her and be proud of whatever she does? Based on that performance at Star Home Party.
I think, and not to be biased,
Right.
that Faith has a great team behind her. She has a great portfolio of music being built.
Right.
And she has the look. She could actually sing.
You mean the legs and the posterior?
And the posterior.
The behind.
The brawl. She has
Yes.
the brawl.
Right.
She has the call. I think she's ready,
Right.
I think she's ready. I think she's exportable.
Right. Well, I believe a lot of Trinidadians and a lot of Jamaican artists, they normally come out with this wow factor as artists. I mean, you see it in Destra, you see it in Patrice. When you see these women on stage, it's not just the music, but the sex appeal is on point.
It's everything.
The way they
It's the
dance, the way they
package.
move, the way they're put together.
And a lot of times that's more important than if you could actually sing or not.
Right. So, I mean,
So the fact that you can sing on top of that
Right.
always makes it, like Whitney Houston, for instance, or Mariah Carey, they have the package and then they can sing.
yeah.
Stardom.
Stardom. Because I find that Barbados has not been producing enough female artists to export. Would you agree or disagree?
I would definitely agree.
What's the reason for that?
I'm
When
not
we got
sure.
more men coming out there and going out on the scene.
I am not sure. It might have a lot to do with the fact that in Barbados, being a female artist is not really the most glamorous thing because you don't really get, like the push or the promotion. We don't really have like Alison Hines anymore. Like everyone is looking for you to do something like a little bit more slack. You don't get as much respect in the industry. Even I don't sing nothing. I don't
Right.
get you know, the same amount of respect that you might get, for instance. So it's a hard job. So a lot of people would try it, women would try it, and then they would just stop because is it worth it?
I find it hard to understand because if someone is talented, they're nice on the eyes, you put them on the screen, you put them on the stage, you give them that good music and you export that and work with it. Because for me, it's so much easier, in my opinion, as a female to get attention as an artist than it is for a male. So I don't understand.
Everywhere else but Barbados, bro.
So you just gotta get out of Barbados then?
Maybe. But home drum sweet first.
Well, in some cases, I mean, we export Rihanna before we ever circulate she in Barbados. But I guess that's an anomaly. It may never ever happen again like that.
True.
So what you could do? Well, that's it for our hot topics.
That's not it for our hot topics. I heard that somebody had a birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Thank
Open
you.
it. We want you to see you eat it live.
You want me to eat?
Eat it, eat it, eat it.
This is one of these moments where it's gonna put the cake in my face.
Yeah, it's a smash cake. I can't eat none and mess up my beauty place makeup.
Oh,
but
wait.
Yeah!
You didn't make this, right?
Of course I did. You know, I baked 2 4 6, but we move. That is it for our hot topics. Ras will enjoy the rest of his cake. Maybe he might give me a piece after the show. And we'll be right back with more IDGAR.
Welcome back to IDGAR. And right now, it's our In the Seat segment. And tonight, our guest in the seat is Dr. Carol Forde-St. Welcome, Doc.
Hi, thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
How are you?
I'm good. And how are y'all?
We are very well.
I am great.
Good.
So, Doc, how long have you been a psychiatrist?
Well, I've been working in psychiatry for the past 9 years, but fully qualified as a psychiatrist for 4 years now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what made you really want to get into this? I mean, you were always leaning towards doctor, but you selected this field and you went fully into it. What helped you to make that decision?
It was one of the only rotations, to be honest, that I could say I genuinely enjoyed when I was training. And I did an elective in Montreal, Canada, at the Douglas Institute in Child Adolescent Psychiatry. And after that, I was sold.
Yeah.
Child adolescent psychiatry.
Yeah. Kind of meshed the two, because at the time, it meshed the two loves I had, which was pediatrics and psychiatry.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is that what you still do?
I do general adult psychiatry for the most part, but I currently, where I'm working, which is at the psychiatric hospital, currently I am assigned to the child guidance clinic that we have there.
Okay. So there's a children's ward.
There's a children's ward and a children's outpatient clinic.
Interesting. I did not know that. I feel like there's so much that I don't know about the psychiatric hospital, and there's a lot of stigma attached to it, so no one ever asks any questions.
It's true. It is true. A lot of persons, they talk about, you know, the first thing is the mental Jenkins and down behind the green gates and that sort of stuff. And we have sought, especially in recent years, to try to destigmatize mental health, because at the end of the day, tell persons, today is you, tomorrow it may be me. It's mental health does not discriminate. Mental illness does not discriminate. So we try doing programs like this. I'm always willing to do to try to get persons to be comfortable with discussing mental health or illness.
Okay, that's really interesting. Obviously, it's a pandemic, and I am assuming, but can you confirm if there's been like an uptake in cases, or are you seeing more people coming for help? No.
Yes. So there are a lot of factors that play into that, and one of them obviously is that our services are free. So because mental health services are actually very expensive privately.
Yeah.
So we've had an increase in, unfortunately I don't have the exact figures for you, but we have had an increase in new patients presenting with anxiety and depression as a result of the pandemic, whether it be job losses or just the anxiety of dealing with the whole situation.
So since all of that is happening, and I know, is it now more overwhelming on the staff complement at the psychiatric hospital to deal with all of these new instances of different types of health issues occurring?
Definitely.
Do you all have to actually seek extra help now from the government and stuff like that to get more staff? What's being done about that?
There have been requests. We would love to have more staff. We not just love, we need more staff. We really, really do. And then we are not exempt from what's happening in the pandemic, because we have staff who have to be out because they're possibly exposed, so they're in quarantine. And I mean, we know it may be 5 days, but it may be 14 days. And then we have staff who've actually been infected with COVID-19. So you're already dealing with more patients coming in. You're dealing the same way everybody's anxious about all the protocols and everything. We have our own personal lives as well, and you're afraid of carrying home something to your family and everything. So it's rough, honestly. And I was reading an article recently that was very interesting, because a psychologist was saying mental health practitioners are in a unique situation right now where you're trying to help persons through a traumatic event that you yourself are actually going through as well.
Yeah, that must be rough.
So what helps you to keep grounded? What helps you to stay high spirits, to stay motivated? What helps you personally?
Me personally is my family and my friends. My close circle, my family and my friends, my faith, and music.
Right.
Music takes me away from everything. When I feel overwhelmed and I just put in my headphones and I turn on my favorite playlist, I'm in a different world.
Right.
Same.
Yeah. So you just have to, my family keeps me grounded. I have a really good support system with my family and my friends. So that really helps me get through the day to day. And everybody doesn't have that. So that's what makes it a little difficult for some persons.
Yeah.
But that's what helps me.
I understand completely. The first part, or the first year of the pandemic, I was still in London and I was alone.
Yeah.
And it was not easy. And I like to think that I'm a very strong person, but that's a huge part, probably the most important reason why I came back home as well, for the support system and just to be with my family, because it makes you realize what's important in life, you know?
That's the one thing I think COVID-19 has helped us to prioritize a lot and recognize what is important. And I tell people when they started, they were saying social distancing, but what we really want is physical distancing, but maintaining social connection.
So that was
because
a bad use of words there.
Yeah, when the pandemic first started. So I try to preach and make sure people understand you have to stay connected socially. That
even more so now than ever.
Yeah,
exactly. And we have so many different ways to do it. I tell people, yes, you can talk to your neighbor over the fence.
Yeah.
Just like, back on Home Improvement days with Mr. Wilson. But you can also talk to your friend, like how you were in London. I'm sure your parents and everybody were FaceTiming or video calling you every day.
Yeah.
Zoom.
Yeah. Remember Host Party? That came up and went down.
Yeah.
For like 4 weeks. Clubhouse, a lot of different things came up that really helped us through it, you know?
Yeah.
So what would you say, or what advice would you give to people who are seeking help? How can they reach out to you or to the hospital, and how do I get help?
So I tell persons there are levels to this, right? So there's a spectrum. One, as I say, stay socially connected. So have trusted friends or family, or at least somebody, a contact that you can vent to, sometimes just talk to. Have somebody trusted that you can talk to. You can start also, if it may be your coworker, it may be a relative. You can also then go to, if whatever religious persuasion you are a part of, your religious leaders are actually really good at counseling. Some of them are, some of them aren't, and some of them know when problems are bigger than them and will refer appropriately. Now, as far as public mental health care in Barbados, so of course they're private practitioners, so they're private psychiatrists, private psychologists, private counseling services. What a lot of people actually don't know is that a lot of the major companies in Barbados and even the civil service, the public service, has what you call an employee assistance program. So
Right.
you actually can get up to, like, I think on average it's probably about 3 free sessions with a private counseling service provided by your workplace per year, most places.
Right.
The psychiatric hospital has an assessment unit that is open. It's our version of AXA emergency, open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, no appointment necessary. I mean, there's always nurses there, and there is always a doctor, either physically present or on call, no matter what time it is. We have clinics in every polyclinic, mental health clinics, and you can be referred by your GP, which we are general practitioner that you will go to for cough and cold. They can refer you to there, they can refer you to us at the psychiatric hospital.
You can do walk-ins, like how you walk into the clinic.
Yes. Yes. People
Yeah.
do it. It's not the preferred method in a polyclinic, but persons can. We've had it. Persons walk in, they know that there's a mental health clinic on this day, and they walk in to talk to the doctors and the nurses, because we have trained nurses, the community mental health nurses, who are actually really, really good. They're almost our equivalent of like a nurse practitioner in Barbados.
Right. I heard you mention something earlier I wanted to touch on quickly. Most persons don't understand it. What is the difference between a psychiatrist and a psychologist?
Yes. So a psychiatrist, like myself, I am a medical doctor. I went to medical school. I can treat everything from urinary tract infection to pneumonia. I chose to specialize in mental illnesses, so I primarily treat those.
Right.
But I can still do everything else. A psychologist is someone who's done a bachelor's, maybe master's, even a PhD in psychology, and they mostly do therapy, like the talk therapy, what everybody thinks of when they think about a shrink. You know, not necessarily laying down on the couch, but even how we are right here. And they help you with coping mechanisms and to change your behavior and the way you think, so in order to help you get through whatever issue it is that you have.
All right.
Okay,
Well,
interesting.
I'm so sorry we are out of time,
Yeah.
doctor, but we definitely have to have another chat on the show once again. with
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And
getting deeper into it.
exactly.
I need you to psychoanalyze RAS
No,
as well.
please.
So.
No, please. No, please.
Too much work. Okay.
All right. Well, thank you so much, of course, Dr. Keo Forde-St. Hill. We are going to take a break, and when we return, we got more action right here on IDGAR.
Welcome back to IDGAR. We're about to dig into some relationship advice with your girl Shan, the same one, and our relationship guru himself, Ras.
Yes, Jan. You know I always love relationship advice. The guru is here, people. The guru is here.
The guru is here.
No
need
need
to
to
fret.
fear. No need to fret at all. We are ready to take care of you guys. So what's up? What's our first topic?
Our first topic. Do you think that space and separate friendships in a relationship is important?
Of course it is. Of course it is. I believe every person has a personality, and every person needs different environments in order to nurture that personality. So for me, when you subject yourself to being with one person all the time, you're not feeding your essence. You're not feeling
Your true self.
your true self. You know, you're not exploring. You're not learning. And I'm not saying that you can't learn from one person, but you can learn more from being around different persons as opposed to being around one person all the time. And then it ties into what we were speaking in earlier, of course, with the doctor. You know, it's a mental thing too, because obviously you need to be at ease sometimes, because all men know women are stressful. So we do need a break from women sometimes.
Men are stressful as well, and we need a break too. I probably need more breaks than what I trust me.
So-
But what about people
Mhm.
that don't have big personalities?
Right.
I feel like we cannot really relate or speak on that subject.
Right.
But there are some people who just want to be with their loved one or with their partner all the time, and they claim that they are happy with that.
Red flag.
I think that's a red flag
Red
too.
flag.
I think it's a red flag
Why
too.
would you want to be with someone all the
I
time?
cannot actually imagine why. I cannot imagine why. And I wonder if it's just something to do with like how you're raised, like socialization or something. I just don't know. Like, were you not hugged enough? Why do you need to be here? Like, please go away.
Right. I know. I mean, it is. What was the word I'm looking for? It is flattering that someone wants to be with you all the time, but you have to try to show them, well, listen, I love you. I love you, love you. You love me? Yes, I love you. But I would want to love you from over there sometimes.
That's a perfect way to put
And,
it.
and it's not this. It's just, let me miss you a little bit. As a Bajan would say, give me a chance to miss you.
Let me catch.
Let me catch myself.
Uh-huh.
Let me catch myself. So I find that it's fine, but friendships. Do you allow your boyfriend to have friends?
Do I allow my listen? Maybe I a bit too lenient, but you could do whatever you want. Like, I could tell you
What do you
not
mean?
to
Draw
have
line,
friends.
draw line. What do you mean whatever you want? What do you mean?
Well, okay, I don't really like, friendships with people that don't like me, especially like if you have female friends that do not like me specifically because they want you.
Right.
It's problematic.
Oh, dear.
And
Here
I
we
can
go.
tell you it's a problem. But I always say what I have a problem with, what I don't have a problem with. I don't have a problem with friends, but if I could see that your friend is like hitting on you, touching you head and thing, you feel that I can just be like, all right, here, friend.
When you say touching head, what exactly you mean?
Like, women just do things to provoke you, and
Right.
men pretend not to see them. I'm convinced y'all pretend. Like, women will come and like stroke the back of your head. Ross, you good? Why are you touching him?
It's just a friendly touch. I think you're being a bit
Friendly touch is like a
insecure,
touch
Shan,
on the shoulder. But women is come and touch you. Let women do things, and other women see it because we are women, so we understand.
Right.
So if I see a woman coming at you like that, I'll be like, well, not you. If I see a woman coming at someone I'm with like that,
Right.
I would be like, yo, she like you. She has interest in you.
So-
and I would prefer if you would not speak to her so often. Not saying like if you see her or whatever to like diss her,
Right.
but just kind of distance yourself for the relationship.
All right. Well, of course, remember you could send in your comments to IDGAR show on all platforms. Keep your comments coming in. You see the comments coming in at the bottom of the screen. Persons are getting pretty well with their comments, but keep the comments flowing. IDGAR on all platforms. Also, our next topic now. But let me conclude that first. Again, not too hard.
I feel so too.
Again, not too hard. Let me conclude that. What can we say then, a synopsis to help the people along the way about those friendships and about having space?
What I'd say is it's very important to have friendships. It's very important to have your own things going on in life. Focus on yourself because confidence is key, and you build confidence from spending time alone at the end of the day.
Right.
But too much space
Right.
is a problem.
Yeah, out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah. If I have too much space, I guarantee you I'm gone. I might not even realize that I'm doing it,
Right.
but I have wandered into the abyss.
Right.
And you might never see me
So
again.
the perfect thing is just to find a balance.
Find a balance. Hold me
Right.
tight, let me go. You remember them pants?
Yeah, I have one.
Me too.
Yeah, that's cool.
Hold me tight, then let me go.
All right, makes sense. All right, so further in our relationship advice tonight, should men have feelings? Should men show emotion? Should men be emotional?
What do you think, Brad?
Feelings. That song, right?
Yeah.
Right. So,
I ain't know the words, but that is song.
what you think about that? You like men that are emotional, feelings, romantic, all of that. All of that is the same thing, or is different things?
I think that there's levels.
Right.
So I like manly men,
Right.
but at the same time,
What's a manly man?
Like, men that could do things, men that kind of
Man,
rough.
like a hammer, a nail in
That
the
would
wood.
be helpful as well.
Right.
Them sort of things is do it for me. Like, if you could do stuff, I'm like, oh, he could do stuff.
If he can hammer good, you like it.
Yes.
Okay.
But if you not expressing your emotions is a problem.
Right.
I'm the sort of person that I like to talk, I like to communicate. So I'm gonna need you to tell me what's going on. And I also like affection. So you come kiss up my cheeks, you're like, oh babe, you're so pretty. I'm like, thanks, boo. I like all of that, the cuddles, you
Right.
know? So you need to have some side of being romantic or being affectionate and loving, which will lead into you being comfortable with yourself and your emotions and your availability to express them. Because if you're holding it all inside,
Right.
I'm not going to know what's wrong with you. And you remember the thing about me wandering away
Right, in the abyss or something. So you
into
say
the
again.
abyss. It's the
Right.
circle of life.
Okay, so you're okay with your boyfriend crying once a week, once a month, once a year. How often should a man cry?
If you have something to cry about, you should cry.
What is something to cry about? Let me get really
All
into
right.
this thing. What's
Listen,
something
I
warranted to
cry a
about?
lot. I cry a lot.
Yeah, most women cry.
I feel like I cry more than most people. I feel every emotion really strong. So like if I get really happy, I can cry. If I watch a video, I watched a video with Mola and his girlfriend and I cry. With the surprise birthday party.
Right.
So I cry a lot. If I say I'm watching on IG and my man next to me crying too, I can be like, all right, bro.
I thought you see one emotional man.
I
You
want
should
him
be
to
encouraging
able
the man to cry.
express his emotions.
What
But
should
when
blow
I
a
get
snot
a
on
bit,
one another? What should be?
nah.
It should be a snot sharing affair.
Nah, I feel, and I might be wrong, but I feel like you should not have the same estrogen levels as me. Like every time
Okay.
that I ready to tear up or whatever, you can be ready to tear up too. And plus, then who gonna hold me down? Who gonna tell me? Because sometimes, as you may have noticed, I need to get dragger. There are moments that's like, Shanna, just get it together.
Right.
So who gonna do that for me? If you apart, I apart. We just on the Titanic, the little wood holding on together. It made no sense.
Right. So, in a relationship, man and woman relationship, can the woman be the tough one and the man be the overly emotional one sometimes? Can that happen?
Yeah, I'm sure that could happen. I don't see anything wrong with that. You gotta know your role like with everything in life.
Right.
What's your role, Ras?
I am a hard-working man. I'm a man. I'm a working man. I'm a hard-working man. You remember that song?
No.
Okay.
That come out you time.
No, I think that was like us. It was on Sesame. It's a show on CBC. I'm a dog. I'm a working dog. I'm a hard-working dog.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Right.
Those lyrics sound more familiar and, resemble.
Right.
the situation
I'm a hard-working guy. If a tear is needed to be shed, a tear would be shed. But
When is the last time you cried, Ras?
I cried when my grandmother's funeral.
Okay, and to me, that's a good reason. If you didn't cry, I would be side-eyeing you.
Right.
I would be like, he obviously has an emotional clog and he needs to get out.
But I don't really believe in crying, to be honest.
You don't believe in crying?
I hate crying.
Why?
I think it's a waste of energy. For me, personally, if you have to cry, you cry, but I hate crying. I despise it. I don't want
I
to
feel
cry.
like I love to cry. It helps me to release so much negative energy and stress.
No, I will release another way, but I definitely don't feel like crying.
Which way?
I mean, there's another way to release
Such as?
stuff you have built up
Give me
inside
an
of
example so I could try.
you. Urinating. But that's it. But what we can say is, guys, if you have to show emotion, you
Sure.
show it, but try not to show too much
Love up
because
your girl.
then
Love she up.
women is think you're too soft. So you gotta show the woman the tough. You gotta show she a little bit of soft,
Balance
but just
is
a little
key.
bit. But yeah,
Balance is key.
balance. But that's it for our relationship advice segment for tonight. We are gonna take a break, and when we return, we got more right here on IDGAR. Welcome back to IDGAR. Intelligent, daring, genuine, and real. And right now, I'm just having a chat with one of our performers for the night, of course, Peach Bless. It's in the building. Peach, how you doing, man?
Everything blessed, Ras, what's going on?
Man, I am here good, and you're looking as airy and as lovely as ever.
Give thanks, give thanks.
Man, how you been keeping?
Man, everything have been cool. You know, despite how things is now in Barbados with the pandemic and whatnot, COVID-19, new
Right.
environment and thing, but still you gotta push and go through.
All right. Have you been able to still hold your passion and your vibe for music, or you find yourself moving away from it a little bit? How has it been for you?
No, actually, it motivated me more to write and about the experience, and it gave you actually more time to sit back and, you know, look at self and find different ways to improve self too, and, you know, as an artist. So, like, trust me, some serious work have been getting done behind the scenes. So.
Right. So, for you now, have you written any music for any other artists this year thus far?
Not written any music for other artists, but written for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, really, really for myself. Sit down, I've been working with my daughter too, and she about to release some new stuff as well.
And what's her artist name? 'Cause I know
Asanta. Asanta Blossom.
Asanta Blossom. All right,
Right.
then. So she's a flower, Asanta Blossom.
Yeah, she blooming into a beautiful young lady.
All right, then. So I know you have her here with you tonight.
That's
of course,
right.
To perform with you tonight.
true.
So talk to us about that, because I know a lot of the times when you have children, they don't normally, a lot of the times, follow in the same footsteps as
really.
you. But now she's coming up and she's singing too. How you feel about that? You feel proud? You feel
I am. I'm
you
very
expected
proud.
It, you didn't expect it? How you feel about it?
proud, mom. I would say that I never really kind of like forced nothing on her. She just naturally had a knack for music. And watching her grow up and singing all over the place and mimicking me and, you know, I was like, I can push you because this is what you want to do.
Right.
And the thing is that as a youngster, she's listened to a lot of oldies, like she's listened to a lot of classical old music, whereas youngsters gonna be listening to all the more modern day young people thing, but she's go way back.
Right.
she's
She
go
pulls
way
some
back.
inspiration from
Yeah,
there.
she pulls some inspiration. Do a lot of research, man. They're real proud of, you know, the young lady that she's grown into.
Okay, so any training going in there for her right now, or is just all
Well,
natural
of
for
course. Well, no. Given my background of training in Sing Vocal Art Studio, we train together. I show her things that I've been taught so that she would know how to take care of her voice and
Right.
how to warm up before performances, and she love gigs and different performances at school. So you gotta train the children the right way.
Correct. So now we looking like we coming down to the final stretch of this fully inside vibe. We looking to get back outside soon. What are some of the things that you would like to get back to as soon as we're allowed to go back outside fully?
Can't wait to hit back the stage and perform for people. All the music that been building when we was in lockdown, it's time to just showcase now. So I can't wait, to be honest.
All right then. So you got some new music coming for us as well too then?
Yeah, that's right. Got some new stuff coming soon.
You want to tell us about any of that new stuff, or you got that up on the low key?
That on the low key, don't worry. It's coming soon.
Any plans for you in terms of any bands or anything of the sort?
Yes, I am the lead singer of Breaking Point
Right.
band. So there's a lot of stuff happening there too. There's a lot behind the scenes work. Just stay tuned and we coming at you shortly.
All right. So how to find you on social media, man? The people want to find you.
IG, you can find me on IG, you can find me on Twitter, you can find me on Facebook. One tag, Peach Bless the Artist.
Peach Bless the Artist.
That's
of
right.
course. Well, Peach, I know your standard, so I'm looking forward
Thank you very much.
to hearing a lot more music from you. And then, of
Yeah.
course, I'm looking forward to hear you perform
Yeah,
with Asanta tonight.
that's right.
And let me hear that range that she has.
Aye.
If she out singing you already.
It's true.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Peach, for coming on the show.
For sure, man.
Up
Nice
next,
being here.
We're going to jump into that performance.
Great.
All right. So we take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to have Peach Bless and, of course, Asanta Blossom right here performing live on IDGAR.
Whoa. na na, oh yeah, yeah. Peach bless, oh. Get up every day and a hustling. Must put the work in, put the muscle in. Cause I tired and the hurt and the struggling. But me not give up the fight, I am hunting, yeah. Even when the world is crumbling. Deep in my soul, me hear it rumbling. Any negative vibe me avoiding. I'm a woman on a mission, yes I'm climbing, yeah. Waiting for the stars to align. Bless any tear when I see the sunshine. Hope for everything that I was denied. Reaching a life and I testify. I'm waiting for the stars to align. Bless any tear when I see the sunshine. Hope for everything that I was denied. Reach in a life and I testify. Pull it up, we come fi mash it up. We're rocking to the reggae music, DJ turn it up. Every woman's skanking up in the guitars non-stop. Them have the energy when them hear the music drop. No, tell me can you feel it? Every single blessing in a life I receive it. All I have to do in this time is to dream it. And everything will come to pass, best believe it. I am waiting for the stars to align. Bless any day when I see the sunshine. Come for everything that I was denied. Reaching a life and I testify. Waiting for the stars to align. Bless any day when I see the sunshine. Come for everything that I was denied. Reaching a life and I testify. At times it's hard. We keep pressing on.
Keep pressing on.
Never worry. Keep moving on. It was written in the stars that I shall move on to the greatness in life. I got to be strong. I'm waiting for this stars to align. Bless any day when I see the sunshine. But for everything that I was denied, reaching a life and I testify. I'm waiting for the stars to align. Bless any day when I see the sunshine. But for everything that I was denied, reaching a life and I testify. Oh Nana boy, peach bless, a positive message, yeah. Oh, oh. Reggae music. Oh, Nana boy, yeah. Oh, oh. Asanta Blossom.
Hey, this is your girl Asanta Blossom, dropping a new single soon. Me like a flower, me a blossom, all through the spring, through the autumn. I see my haters like an atom, small, bad mind now. So what happen like my mama said, me blessed, me no stress for nothing. Yo, some of them does move like trees when the wind blows. Some of them just fall like the leaves. Feel the brass sturdy, oh please, them just break too easy. Stay tuned.
Yes, please. That's right. We just had a wonderful performance by Peach Bless and Asanta Blossom. You hear them vocals, Shan?
Sweet for days.
Sweet for days, man. So we definitely got to look out for some new music from Asanta
I can't
Blossom.
wait to hear it.
Yeah,
the
I'm
melodies
looking
sound
for it.
lovely.
Yeah, it sounds great for real. So we're really glad that we had them on the show. We had a great In the Seat chat with, of course, Dr. Keo, Forde-St. You know, we had our guy Chasey on the ones and threes all night. We had good relationship advice. We had our hot topics. We had a great show.
Yeah, we had a great show. I enjoyed myself. Did you enjoy yourself?
I have most definitely enjoyed myself. You know, you here shining bright as a diamond in your yellow all night long.
It's true. And my earrings from Yafa.
You know, making no sport at all. But thanks to everyone for tuning in. Be sure to follow IDGAR show on all platforms and be sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube page, IDGAR show. That's it for tonight.
We'll see you guys next week.